Check out this new head-up display for the Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y. This item looks and feels nearly OEM with the screen built right into the dash. This display is actually part of the dashboard cap, and you will need to remove your current dash to install this screen. My name is Evan, and if you're new here, welcome. I create Tesla content mainly on both the Model 3 and Model Y. Consider subscribing below to see content like this in the future. While I will admit this may not be for everyone, my job is to showcase the many accessories on the market for your Tesla that best suits your lifestyle. The installation process I would say is more on the challenging side, but really is quite manageable when you follow the process in this video I created. At this time, the head-up display will only mirror what your main Tesla screen shows. There is no option for Bluetooth or CarPlay. This will receive software updates through the attached USB port from the display should there be added options in the future. So if you are someone who would like the more traditional look of having the speedometer, time, temperature, turn signals, state of charge, and various other visuals right behind the steering wheel, this may be the accessory for you. Now let me show you how I installed this myself. When you first open up the packaging, you will see all the cords, screws, and side end caps for the dashboard. Looking at the rest of the contents, we have our first half of the dashboard, and of course the other half with the built-in screen. I also want to point out that this can come in a few other colors, including wood, carbon fiber, and black to match the rest of your interior, especially if you have the black Tesla interior. Looking at the section with the display attached, I have to say the quality is quite nice. It felt very durable, and the cover over the screen feels like a soft leather material. Taking the two pieces of the dashboard, slide them both together like so, and then flip it over together. Take the included screws and turn them into the appropriate holes on the bottom middle section. Be careful not to over tighten the screws. Now that we have one solid dashboard, we are going to set this to the side and work on removing the current dash in your Tesla. First, we are going to remove the side panel with the pry tool and also the side trim piece if you have a Gen 1 dashboard like I do here. Once you have both of these pieces removed, repeat the process on the passenger side too. After the removal of these pieces, set them to the side, and now we're going to gently tug the dashboard upward towards the windshield. You should hear some clips releasing on both ends of the dashboard. After the dash is loosened and you are able to move it, slowly bring the OEM Tesla dashboard out of the car and set it to the side. We now have to remove the upper panel on the passenger side just below the glove box. Taking a pry tool, remove the 4 plastic pins, and depending on your year, there may be a torque screw to remove also. Pull down the tray and unclip the light and speaker wires, and then set this to the side. If you are finding this video helpful this far, consider clicking that like button for me so current and future Tesla owners can find this. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, one of the hardest parts of this install is unplugging this wire clip as you see right here. I have a 2018 Model 3, and your color wire clip may be different from the light gray color I have. Just note that this is the middle connector that needs to be detached, which has this thicker red, black, and green wires. Unclip the wire connector from the car, and once disconnected, your screen will turn off. Do not be alarmed, this is completely normal. Now take the included cord from the kit and find the end with the 3 plugs on it. Take this black box that came with the kit and plug it into the smaller plug from the cord. You can't mess this up as it's all plug and play. If it does not fit the connector, it's not the right plug. Once this small computer black box is plugged in, you are left with these 2 plugs for the connector we just disconnected from under the glove box. The other end is for the display on the dashboard. Going back under the glove box area, take the plug from the Tesla and attach it into the female end, and then attach the last connector into the Tesla. This will be the hardest part of the install. I had a hard time clipping in this adapter. Hopefully it will not be as challenging for you. After this is plugged in, tuck away the black box we connected earlier right above the black panel. You could certainly use a zip tie to ensure it stays in place. It took my car about 3 minutes for the main display to turn back on. If it does not, please ensure all of your connectors are properly attached. Next, I had to attach these white clips onto the new dashboard. Depending on your model year production, you may not need to do this. With my 2018 Model 3, this needed to be done so the dashboard will properly clip into place. I am assuming on the newer models there are less clips on the back of the dashboard. You'll need to look at the bottom of your original Tesla dashboard and match up the clips with the aftermarket one to see if you need to do this. Taking your Phillips screwdriver, remove the Velcro looking square and then attach the included white clip in its place with the screws we just removed. These Velcro squares run all the way down the dashboard, and there should be 6 of them if you have the dashboard I have. Again, you may not have to do this depending on your model year. After these are installed, we are now going to hide the cord from under the glove box using a pry tool. Tuck the cord right above this trim like so. Remove the side panel and place the cord upward as you see here. We can now take our new dashboard with the HUD display and place it over the car dash upside down like this. Take the cord and plug it into the bottom of the dashboard display port. I found it best to use felt tape to attach the cords on the bottom of the dashboard. Now flip over the dash and gently slide it into place, aligning the clips with the base of the dash of your Tesla. When you reach the end, you may have excess cord like I do here, and I just push the extra back down into the bottom of the compartment. Now reattach this side plastic trim and then take the end of your USB cord and just ravel it up and place it into this side slot of the car. You can certainly find your own place to leave this, but I found it best in this position should you need to run a software update on the display. Reattach your side panels on both the driver and passenger side. Use slight pressure on top to push down the dashboard until you hear it clips into place. Use the included side clips that came with the kit and install them on both sides. They should just snap into place. Then finally reinstall your bottom speaker and light panel by reattaching the plugs and plastic clips. That's it, we finally reached the end of the install and we can see the screen mirrors what the Tesla screen displays. Now should your display show Celsius instead of Fahrenheit or kilometers per hour versus miles per hour, there is a way to change these settings in the menu display. Holding down your left scroll wheel of the steering wheel and scroll the right wave wheel upward will bring up the menu on the head-up display that will allow such changes. After you are entered into the main menu, use the right scroll wheel for the item to be selected and then push the left scroll wheel to confirm the new changes. To exit the main menu, press and hold the left wheel and scroll the right wheel downward. Please pause this video to thoroughly read the instrument menu instructions found right here. Once you have all the correct settings in place, I want to point out a couple issues with the display which may be resolved with an upcoming software update in the future. First, when you press on the brake pedal, for some reason the hazard lights will appear on the head-up display. Now they won't activate the actual hazard lights on the car, but only show up on the mini display. I think this issue came up once Tesla released their version 11 software, and now the new HUD display will need a software update to fix this. Secondly, the speed limit sign on the HUD is not accurate. As you can see when I'm driving, the correct speed limit is 55, however the main display shows 34. Again, hopefully this company will release an update soon to address these two issues. I already received one update from them. As you can see, I used my USB thumb drive to attach it to the USB cord we tucked away earlier during the install, and the display auto updated itself. These were the only two complaints I had with the display. When you have all your settings inputted correctly, the display does what it's supposed to do. At night the display will be dark and during the daytime it's white. I want to clarify that the time you input must be correct or the display will be too bright at night or too dark during the daytime. I understand this may not be a product for everyone, but my job is to showcase the many options out there for all Tesla owners. If you prefer seeing your speedometer and other various settings right in front of the steering wheel, then this may be a viable option for you. Here's some more visuals of what it looks like when supercharging and driving with the new head-up display. Of course, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below this video and I promise to respond back. Again, my name is Evan. Until the next one, see you guys.